Hello, AAC Universe, and welcome to Titans Talk. I'm your host and resident superhero nerd, Aaron Waller, and this is what I'm going to call the only series on the internet dedicated to DC's Titans. The only one you're going to get exclusively to stream, watch party, whatever you want to call it, each and every single episode for season 3. But welcome. It's so good to have you again. We are on episode number 7, I believe. That is correct. Episode number 7. This episode's going to be titled 51%. 51% of what? I don't know. I'm going to guess something related to the toxin, but I'm so glad to have you here. If you are here with me live, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. Share it with your friends. Let people know, hey, come to the stream. It's the only one on YouTube that they're talking about this show. But today we're going to get into the episode. It's going to be super fun. I'm super excited. Last week was a bit of a bummer. I'm still kind of riding the high of yesterday's What If stream, though. I really enjoyed that Zombies episode, and I'm hoping that this week on Titans, we're going to be back on a high. I don't really know if we're going to get there yet, considering how strong those first couple episodes were, kind of on a decline. But every single week, I'm going to keep hoping for a turnaround, and we're going to go back to seeing some awesome stuff. Based on what I've seen, like the little preview image that's actually on the episode, we're going to get a suited up Nightwing again. We're going to get suited up Blackfire, suited up Starfire. Connor, is pretty much suited up all the time with his Superboy shirt. Gar doesn't really have a suit. It's more just his like red and white jacket, very much like the Avengers, I guess, in Crypto. So they're fighting something or someone. Maybe Red Hood. I don't know, but hopefully we're gonna have a really fun episode. If you are here with me in the live stream, make sure you let me know in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comment section down below. But I think that's pretty much it. We're only a couple of minutes into the stream, but that's about all the exciting stuff. I think I really want to get into the episode. I want to see, hopefully we're going to have that upswing and we're going to have a really good time. I was kind of distracted during the intro here, so I'm a little bit off. I was watching the PlayStation Spider-Man 2 trailer. I know it's Marvel, so it's kind of shouldn't be talking about it on a DC show, but I kind of have my brain on that for a moment. But let's go ahead and get into the episode. I'm going to go ahead, as per usual. Let's let you know how it works if you're new. There's going to be a timer down in the bottom corner, in the bottom right corner, excuse me, that's going to be counting to where we are in the episode. I'm going to press play and that at the same time. We're going to try and be as synced as possible with that timer. So hopefully if you press play around the same time I say press play, we should be pretty good. But thanks to the delay of when I'm streaming it to YouTube and it coming into you on your phone, your house, wherever you're watching from, there might be a little bit of a delay, but hopefully not much more than about 10 seconds. But we're going to hopefully be right about on time. But I think without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and cue up the timer here, and we are going to go ahead and get right into the episode. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Oh, where's the timer? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to try and let it catch up to me. And we are synced. I am at 8 seconds, 9 seconds. Perfect. We got a phone ringing. So that's where you need to be. Waking up Barbara. Barbara might be joining the fold here to take down Red Hood, so we're going to find out. Yeah, hopefully in this episode. I'm really hoping for some flashbacks with Barbara in the Batgirl suit, but so far we haven't seen anything. Just more stuff related to her being Oracle, so we'll see. Last week, Jason did start putting the drug on the street, so. We're doing pretty good on time. What is that? Very interesting. Studying the effects of the drug? I love Scarecrow calling him my dude. Is he gonna like pre-drug him or like spike his drugs? Seems that way. Taking down a junkie from basically the inside, so. Playing dirty. The lovely intro, ladies and gentlemen. We love the intro to Titans. Probably one of the best intro songs in a while, in my opinion. I feel like they just try and throw around the F word at least like 6 times an episode because they can. Since when has Scarecrow been so feared by many people? Like, he definitely has a scary uh, toxin and all that stuff, but when has he been so feared and like such a big baller like that? Yeah, Scarecrow's toxin doesn't exactly put people into a under control state. So that's why I'm not a big fan of Scarecrow. It just feels like a glorified drug dealer, I guess. At least if it's like Joker, he's doing it for a crazy reason. If it's Riddler or Two-Face, they're doing it for crazy reasons. Scarecrow's just glorified drug pusher. So they're gonna start using Oracle. Activate the Oracle protocol, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Did ask him to be Batman, or better Batman. It's no. Oh, that was close. I love how stuff like this just sits under regular buildings. Like, it's not like the Batcave where it's like hidden and he had time to build it. No, it just happens to be under the Gotham City Police Department. How did you even build this? I don't know. Looks cool, but I don't know. This voice sounds very familiar, but I can't place it. So I take it they're gonna try and do like the Dark Knight where they search through like cell phone signals, I guess, or like pinging it to try and find Scarecrow. That's kind of the idea I'm getting. She'll be back. Hope this just ends up leading to Jason starting to do his own thing now, after being basically double crossed just now. Well, I guess he wasn't double crossed. That's maybe a bit much, but this experience. So is he gonna have to introduce the toxin to the Titans to get them to fight each other? Just an idea. Don't know why this just gave me supernatural vibes. There's the title. Bars. Whose house are they at again? Some mob boss? Lucky he got away with a bloody nose and not they didn't punch through his skull or something. Never a good thing, though. It's gonna be something dumb. Oh, watching their oracle, so. Of course it is. He's got the heart thing. How many times are we gonna... So did Crane learn about Oracle from Jason? Because he was supposed to tell him everything, so... I mean, I feel like that was a cool story, but also not that great. I feel like this show's going downhill. Anybody else? Not gonna force you, but I can if I need to. I don't know what the music is, but it sounds like a an alarm to wake up. It took me a good 2 minutes to realize he was in Jason's room. Gar finally puts his abilities to some form of use. Only took him 3 seasons. With like a long note. This lady seems familiar. I can't put my finger on her. Where I know her from. I'm sure she's been in 1,000 things, but nothing that I can recall right off the top of my head. Okay. Well, you did not come through, let me tell you. She's gonna like melt her hand off? Or just liquidize. Just set her on fire from the inside out. Dang. Talk about some brutality in the last minute or two, huh? Phew. Yeah. Wonder why. This guy's gotta die now too. Well. Uh-oh. Quite a deal. To block the heat signature. Victor Freeze. I had a feeling this might have to do something with Mr. Freeze, but I was like, maybe not. Maybe, I don't know if they're going to pull in a Freeze on this since they're already doing Scarecrow. But hey, if we get to see Mr. Freeze, I'm all for it. These two are going to have a thing. We need you. It's not too late to change the future or present. Whatever, I was close. They're trying to make this into like Black Panther with their badass technologies. If this turns into a full suit, of course it will turn into a full suit. How could I think otherwise? I swear to God, if that means Tamrid forever. Snowy cones. Show us Mr. Freeze. I like that they're trying to incorporate a lot of the Batman's villains in this season. Even though they're not like all amazing, at least they're kind of like hinting at different ones and kind of hopefully going to show us something, but we'll see. But I like that they're incorporating that, oh, these characters do exist, they're working together, not just waiting for them to show up in the next season. My man's got an ice cream cone, why not? But the bird didn't. This lady's like, I'm not here for this. I am out. I can't tell how much of this is like a play or not. Like, Crane's not actually concerned right now. I like how Gar can sneak around somebody just like that. Not, don't turn into like a mouse and then like a bear in the between them or something. Turn into something other than a tiger. thought this season had like 13 or something episodes. This is only number 7. It feels like it's like a finale type of thing. Well, the way that they're getting close to him right now. Hopefully there'll be more to the story. I mean, if you get lasered, your cousins get lasered by a dog, you're a pretty bad guy. Here comes between these two. Their foreshadowing is off the charts. Alrighty. Have Gar go super sniffer mode. Like, you'll get right to him. Or you have Crypto. You have two people or 2 characters with super smelling. You can't track him down. Will Jason end up escaping just enough to like stop Crane for them to get there or something? Why are we celebrating all of a sudden? You're at Wayne Manor, which is likely constantly stocked. Look at that fridge. There's plenty of ice cream in there. She's visiting her old room or something. Her old wing. I feel like this relationship is very difficult to get a read on. Anybody else? Like they're pushing each other away, but they're also super attracted to each other, but not, but are, but... What's Gar gonna be up to now? Oh, it's maybe Jason's friend? All right. Well, that was I don't know. Like, I feel like that was a better episode than last week for sure, but they're still on a steady decline. If you're here with me live, let me know your thoughts in the chat. I mean, what did you think about the episode? If you're watching on replay, let me know down in the comments. What did we think about this episode? I think the best way to sum it up is I think it was definitely better than last week, but wow. Let me turn off the timer here. Where is my... Uh-oh. Hopefully I didn't hit stop streaming. Looks like we're still going. Okay, cool. So let's find our timer. We'll turn that off. I don't really know what to say, to be honest with you. It was okay. It wasn't overly phenomenal. It had good fight scenes. We got a little bit more backstory with Blackfire, which was nice. We're getting slowly a bit better because I like the fact that they're able to sort of thwart Crane and Red Hood, even though it was mostly Crane in this episode, in regards to stopping him. I do wish we would have got a little bit of Mr. Freeze or something. The way they kind of played it and have been playing it for the most part for this season, other than even the first couple episodes, is starting to turn into very like CW territory. Very CW quality, like setting up certain locations and things maybe they don't have the full budget to go for yet, but maybe will in the future. Things like that where like they'll name drop something but never really show it. I felt like this was when Titans went from DC Universe over to HBO Max. This was the time where they're going to be like, okay, let's let loose. We've got basically HBO's money in our pocket now. Well, I mean, I guess HBO says we got DC in our pocket now. But moral of the story is that, or not necessarily a moral, but the long story short is that they now have the budget to make these bigger things happen. We can have Batman full suit, everything, instead of like just a shadow and then like, you know, sort of like an over the shoulder type of shot. We can have things like, I keep kicking the camera. We can, so we can have things that are bigger than just like a CW style show that can give us a little bit more context, more substance, more stuff to watch. I mean, this is HBO. They've done massive productions of series before and had wild success. So go for it. And it feels like it's starting to turn into a lot of the same. I wish they would just push themselves just that extra little bit. It's partially story, partially visuals, partially budget. And I think those three pieces kind of just hinder the show constantly. Maybe I'm still high on the first couple episodes of the series where I loved it so much, and now it's just steadily gone downhill that I didn't realize it until we were here. But like I said, this was still better in my opinion than last week. I at least got something out of it. We got to know that Crane was sort of controlling Oracle. We got to find out some Mr. Freeze connections and see some pretty sweet fights there towards the end. We got some more context with Blackfire. That crazy thing that happened with the mob boss and her son. I wouldn't say it's like a top of the top episode for sure. But I mean, it was a pretty good run of the mill one. I would happily give it a solid 6 to 7. I feel like there could be a lot of improvements, but I, for the most part, would say that I fairly enjoyed the episode. It was kind of slow at times, but yeah, I don't know if there's much else I can really say. Like I said earlier during the stream, though, or we're still in the stream. Like I said during the episode, that this kind of felt like them getting so close to Crane and Jason at this factory where the machine was, and sort of basically taking out the machine and I think he said like 30,000 inhalers of the drug. I think that felt closer to a finale than further away. And I believe, if I remember correctly, there are 13-ish episodes in this season. So we're getting closer and closer to the end, but how they're going to wrap this up, or if they're going to bring in maybe a secondary villain, anything like that, other than just I mean, technically they already have two villains, right? I mean, they've got Red Hood, they've got Crane. So you've already got 2 villains, but could you potentially bring in a third this late? Probably not a good idea, but I think it would be interesting if they brought to some capacity either the Joker or Batman back into the fold. Although I'm not a fan of this Batman, I do think that if they brought the Joker into some degree, that would number one trigger Barbara very, very heavily, as her disability was caused by the Joker. I think if we maybe even got a flashback to the Killing Joke, that moment of when she opens the door and he shoots her, I think that would be crazy to see in live action. We have not yet seen that in live action. I think that would be absolutely insane, but also amazing at the same time. And it would again cause her to be triggered and maybe, have to take several steps back. So now she's out of the fold and now it's back to the other Titans to figure things out. I think there's so many different ways that they can play this. We still haven't seen Raven. We still haven't seen the return of Donna Troy, which we've seen is still back to some degree based on promotional material like the posters and things like that. So where they're going to go with this, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know if I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of on the fence. I know there's been some tough times. I know Archer, my good friend that we has his channel, Hey Archer and Nerd Affiliated. Make sure you go check out his channel. It's also on YouTube. We actually met through our basically distaste for Titan season 1 and 2. We just didn't like it. We had this big, massive thing, and then we were very much riding that high from season 3's episode 1 to 3, and it's just steadily declined. And like he even said it himself that things are just starting to feel back to the same again, where we were made that improvement, that initial push to get something good, and now we're just kind of back to that same territory. I would still say though, if Archer you're watching this or on replay, I would still say that it is still head and shoulders above the previous 2 seasons combined. Was it a great episode? No. But was it passable? Very much so, I would say so. Very much passable, still very much quality to like a CW, and just your run-of-the-mill episode. Nothing too crazy. You had a little bit of action. You had a little bit of a moderate twist, I guess. You had the villain-ish bad sister start to turn more to the good side. We kind of had like a Black Panther Wakanda Forever type of moment, and not powers, but like a suit moment, which I thought was kind of dumb, but it very much reminded me of it. I couldn't help it. But yeah, I think those are pretty much my thoughts on the episode. I can only hope and continue to hope that every single week this show will continue to get better. And maybe that's why HBO, DC haven't reached out to us and said, hey, you're now the official live stream watch party of Titans, because you're the only one doing it. Maybe that's why they haven't reached out, because after we watch them, we're not super excited about them. Even though we had that initial push, maybe that's why they're not reaching out and saying, hey, because you loved this series so much, because you've been giving it such high praise episode after episode, even on the bad ones, we'll make you the official sponsor. But we'll still hold out hope one day. We'll still keep talking about it. We'll still keep enjoying doing live streams and watch parties. If you were here with me live, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Let me know down let me know in the chat. I keep saying down, but if you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification. We have new videos every single day, new content daily. I'm going to have my history of video on Friday. We're going to be having a brand new episode of Our Universe on the Line on Monday, also featuring me, Jake, and Joey. We're all going to be working together on those. Those are super exciting. Tuesdays are some video days. Wednesdays, we have our What If stream, which was just yesterday. We had episode number 5, I believe, which was super fun. Zombie episode. Absolutely loved it. That was a really good episode. And of course, on Thursdays, we have Titans Talk. So, new content all the time. So make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification. But I have been your host, Aaron Waller. Also, make sure to check out my channel, Aaron Waller YT, or just Aaron Waller on YouTube. And that is going to be where you can find all sorts of awesome content. I've done my Revisiting the MCU series. If you want more superhero content, including ranking them from worst to best, I'm currently doing my Harry Potter and Wizarding World content, where I'm doing basically the same exact format, reviewing every single movie, and then at the very end, we're going to be ranking them. So head over to my channel, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. But that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Titans Talk. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you next week for hopefully what is going to be a much better episode. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.